Don't need you to. Okay, how do we do? Not a bad hand. No, Joachim's a bummer. Can always YOLO or Roderick and try to snipe. Yeah, Roderick has a lot of good targets, so I'm not too worried about it. I think the work split would be something like that. Because Cupbearer and Yenvo are tall removal. And while they'll have Griffins and such, I think I want stuff that really... I think the poisons will be enough effectively. Will be good. Nilfgaard's my favorite faction now. You know what, Giant? Love it. Nilfgaard's the most popular faction in the game. Because it's just a great... It's a well-designed... People like interaction, stopping your opponent's stuff. It is fun to do. I'm glad it's so popular. I think Nilfgaard's one of the best designed factions in the game. They have a lot of fun ways you can play the deck. Okay. Fine. I'm just going to open Thirsty and go. Seen this deck a couple times. Must be on none of the meta reports. You know what? I bet I can get this deck list. You know what? I even know where people are pulling it from. You have Team Elderblood. Stop. You're killing my soul. Perfect. Now I can play Hunting back. All right, Team Elderblood. I know it's you. There's no way it's not Team Elderblood's meta report. Where is it? Oh, it's not Team Elderblood's. All right. Well, Team Artuza, you're up next. Been running the more Elderblood than Artuza lately, but let's go over here. What are we against? No, not here either. Guys, where's this from? For the journey, can you only hit 50 or can you grind through the 100? Oh. Me? For me, I always end up around 200. This time I'll probably end up around that. Journey, you can go up to 100 and you can go past 100. So you can go really far in the journey. I don't know if that answers your question, but you can go well past 50 to 100. Even on, if you don't buy it, you can still go to 100. You have to play a lot of Gwent if you don't buy it to do it. But on every other journey, I've completed it. Is it Shinmari? It could be Shinmari. It's got to be someone. We keep running to the exact same list. So, it doesn't look like a meta report. Here, enjoy that, jerk. That's right. Do you have the consume answer? Yo, what's up? Been watching your YouTube vids and help me climb the rank. Really helpful. You're welcome, Zeotter89. I am so glad. Wait. Oh, that was a really creative play. Do I just have to pass here? 42, huh? Yeah. That was tough. We didn't really commit much to the round, but I didn't really want to lose it if I could avoid it. But here we are. Zeotter89, thank you for those kind words. I'm going to keep the content coming, so enjoy the YouTube. Keep it cranking, baby. Oh my goodness. Zeotter with a holy cow. It's a 10 gift sub. Zeotter, oh my goodness. Generous out of the gate. Holy cow. Thank you so much for the generosity. I really appreciate it. Love that you're here live. Hanging in the chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. That is super kind. My hand's really good. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Well, again, Zeotter89, thank you. Really do appreciate it. Alright. Tosser. And then, what do I have here? Yeah, I guess thank you. And we got a new fan member, Marwan Bob. Marwan Bob. Welcome to the Plain Talk fam. I'm glad you joined us here today as we make some charcoal buy some charcoal so we can have a cookout. There we go. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a cookout. Welcome aboard. If you like what you see, check out the socials. Welcome to the family, my friend. Man, Zeotter, that was so generous of you. Blowing my mind. And Marwan Bob, welcome again to the family. Something ain't gotten that. Good to see you. It's been a while. How have you been? Don't have time for streams. You know what? That's what YouTube's for. If you're too busy for the streams because life's happening, and life does happen, it's all good. All good. Do I have any golds left in my deck? Yeah, I have a couple. Okay. There's no way they play a card here. I think they're just wasting my time. And then we go Dead Man's Tongue. Nice. Okay, Knickers is out. That's really good for us. What's the worst card? I think these two might be our worst. But playing memes today, not really. Like, we're playing off meta, I think, is more closely to what we're doing. Playing a ball deck of Rot Tossers. Earlier, I forget what we were playing earlier. We tried a really off meta monster control list. Might have been a little too off meta. Okay, do I even have a gold left in my deck? Yes. Do I have targets for? Yes. Well, I mean, I don't see a problem with this hand. Let's do it. Roderick is Yenvo. Life is Yenvo. Down to business.
Have I something in my teeth?
But oh my gosh, I'm glad you're enjoying the YouTube. Ziader, I'm glad you're again. Oh my gosh, family's growing. Everyone's being so generous. Warms my soul. Blows my mind. It's a lovely thing. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna Emperor. And wait for my poison target to come out of their hands. Come on, buddy. Get this show on the road. Parasite? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, interesting. Didn't go for that Parasite. I think Gorther is surprisingly okay here. Because then I can pick what I want to play from their deck. We'll get Gorther down. And why don't I go ahead and get Alchemist on out. The reason we're going to do Alchemist here is I can rig what their draw is going to be. I want to give them a lock. I think Thirsty Dame's actually worst hit. Ooh, hold on. What do I have in my deck? There's 3. So I'm getting a poison if keep both of you or give you a Duchess. I'll give you a Duchess, actually. You take a Duchess and format. My bronzes are not very good to copy. They get Bleeding Effigy. To me, that screams Bloody Mistresses in your deck. So we'll wait for that. Well, it's organic. Maybe not. We have access to Heat Wave now, which is lovely. Interesting. One thing I'm really tempted about is maybe steal the... Nah, they have Archgriffin in that. Hey, poison target number 1. I'm so glad you decided to show up. Nice to see ya here. Not only memes were played here. Beercop, we avoid meta decks, but off meta decks and meme decks we play a lot of. The goal is to make sure they win. So it's like winning in style is the kind of the theme of the channel. So it's not just memes. We could set up Coup. We could go here, Coup, Effigy. That's actually a pretty nasty play. But is that Coup really better than another Joachim? Probably not. Yeah, these pieces are pretty good for us. We're just taking our time. Poison you. Go. I do love that about Poison. When the second one hits and then the point swing is like 17, 16. Like, it's absurd. Feels great. Feels super good. That's a Duchess in format. Ladumi, my friend, what are we playing? I'm so glad you asked. We are playing some good old...
Decoctions to your advantage.
I don't have a good bronze unit in my grid. I mean, go for it. We're playing some good old Rot Tosser spam. That's right, baby. We're going all Rot Tossy up in here today. Thinking about it. I'm thinking about this. You know what? I'm going to do this line of play. I don't know if this is a good line of play, but I like this line of play. Because now I can go Joachim here, natural selection, and go pretty wild with that. That's a strong play. Because you get to double proc the assimilate engine here. On top of... Actually, I guess we Braathan's next. I lied. Gonna make one... Actually, I can do even better, can't I? Hold on. I see a really nasty line of play. Ooh, I got a really nasty line of play coming up. Okay, that's fine. I don't care about that. So, Braathan's is next. Watch this. Just watch my majestic nature kick in. I'll give you a Thirsty Dame, buddy. Actually, no, I'll give you a natural select. Thirsty, natural. Even a natural selection again. Steal back the effigy. Yep, you got the right idea, BRK. I get a really dumb play coming up. If they don't have Mamuna in hand, they're in a lot of trouble here. Even if Mamuna, though, it's not a perfect dead set solution. Eider, that was not what I was expecting. But power to you. So I get to do this play. This play is so nasty. You double the assimilate procs. Smack bloody infantry. That's just so dumb. Go, my friend. There's Mamuna. Way too late. Way too late. I already stripped out one of your better cards. So I don't really see a good lock target. We got kind of two options here. There's some pretty disgusting plays. I think the actual move I want to do, I could coup here for like 11 points. I can also double lock here. And then I coup Mamuna. Rip out. Nah, that seems weaker.
A taste of Northlake, is it?
I mean, if they have urine, then we're going to eat it pretty bad in a second, but we're going to find on out. It feels like they have a urine, I'll be honest. I feel like their hand's urine glutzy. Well, I'm wrong about one. Alright, what do I want from your grave, buddy? What do I want? What are you at right now? You're at a 6 if I do Weavis. I mean, Weavis strikes me as the winner here as a 12-point play. You lock something?
I shall be your eyes, my lord.
Alright, I think which row is more boosted? They're both pretty darn boosted. Sure. Wait, what? Two? It doesn't keep its text? Well, more you know. Whoops. I should have probably killed off the insectoids. I just threw it out. If you have urine, fine. Is it glutzy? I don't think glutzy is enough. I think it is glutzy. Alright. GG. Got him. Why not kill Joachim? I could have done that as well, Sadiq. That's true. GG. Who's a little early? I have that. I don't need two of you. Poison, 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 poison. I'll probably just put back. Do I need hunting back? I keep hunting back. Hand's not bad. I want to brick on hunting though, so I'll put it back. Okay. And Ben Stefani, what financial thoughts do you want, my friend? I used to work in finance about a year ago. Just ask me away. And by the way, you mentioned Sanzoro. You followed when you were offline. This is gonna stink. No, it doesn't. Let me just go. Purify. Smack the lock. Don't want to get coin flipped on. And since you followed offline and you want the intro, I'm glad you mentioned it. Sanzoro, welcome to the Playing Talk family, my good friend. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you're already part of the YouTube. I'm glad you're here now. And I'm glad you could join us today as we cook a Thanksgiving meal. It's going to be great, and welcome aboard. And you're already aware of the socials. I'm so glad you're here. Glad you're part of the fam.
Think you won?
Don't want any advice? Just want to flex my lurker status. Ben Stefani, flex it, my friend. I respect a good flex on lurker statuses. Alright, well, since it's meal, might as well crush them.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
Get double simulate procs. Thanksgiving food slaps. Yeah, it's so good. Amazing meme deck. Yes, this is a meme. Less memeier than I thought it would be. I'll be really honest. They've been really struggling, and it's been very funny to watch. Because all I'm doing is chucking poison at them until they die, and then they're just like, why? I don't want to do Blightmaker because if I want to put obviously a good spell on top of my deck, but since they appear to be mill, I don't want to get punished for that. I'm gonna zap away my own spy. I want to make sure pockets of poison are available. These intros feel like getting blessed. Well, Sanzaro, my thoughts on intros, any new family member is really important to me. I don't know about other streamers, but like every new follow, every new sub, every new subscription or subscriber on YouTube, every new Patreon member, they mean the world to me. That's what makes this possible. It gets me closer to actually making this financially viable, so I'm not going in the red every month. Like, that's awesome. And so why would I not celebrate it? And you deserve to be celebrated. Anyways, but that's my thought. Same amount of thinning, but more points. BRK. Oh, that's a good point.
Time to get our hands dirty.
On the other hand, I get to do this. Where's Imperial Diplomacy? Imperial, my boy. Imperial? There you are. This feels so mean. That feels so mean. We'll still bomb. We'll still hit here. Look at this stupid boy. That stinks. Because all we're going to do is, they know I'm threatening 2 poisons. We poison. Wow, this is so funny. This is so beautiful. This is actually the stupidest thing. I am so glad we attempted it today. This is awesome. The only downside, though, if I ride a Mage Assassin Blightmaker to... maybe that's better, though.
With me,
Sure.
you'll forget your sorrows.
That's fine. Poison 1.
Drinking can be hazardous to your health.
And your family member, Master Mirror 666. Welcome to the Plain Talk fam. I'm glad you joined us here today as we explore ancient caves looking at artwork that cavemen did. Yeah, it'll be good. Welcome to the Plain Talk family. If you like what you see, check out the socials. It's just more me, which is awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Besides monsters, pouring to play. Let's take the climb to MMR Pro Rank. I hit it yesterday. So if you're trying to get MMR and Pro Rank, Ben Stefani, it's a little bit more complicated. Because in Pro Rank, it's the sum total of your 4 best. So like the best deck to climb with is probably Syndicate. Monsters is also fairly good. But you're going to run Monsters, Syndicate, and Scoia'tael. Those are the best 3 decks. And then you have to pick your 4th faction of whatever you think you get the highest with. It won't be easy, but you just pick your poison, so to speak. Pardon the pun. Ooh, do I even bother playing you here? Because you're pretty bad. Maybe I... No, because if I poison here... Go. I mean, this is just a crime. If they play, we pass and win. Yeah, pick those 3 decks, and then to get the 4th one that really will determine your placement, it's going to be how far can you take a Nilfgaard deck, a Northern Realms deck, or a... What's the last faction I'm forgetting? Whatever the last one is. Nobody cares about that one. It can't be that important if I forgot which one it is. But you take one of them, you try to get as far as you can. Nilfgaard looks to right now be a pretty good choice. Are they still playing? Oh, they're the best. They're really good. Okay.
You're gonna get it now.
Okay. I mean, do I want to just keep playing into this? I could just keep playing into this. I don't think they can actually stop us. How many assimilate engines do I have? There you guys go. You're a 6? Is there a good Q target? No, not really. You still want to play. We'll do that. I'll hold off on Q. We know they're mill. Might as well keep going. Yeah. Like, as long as I can win the round, I'm gonna keep playing without going too negative.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's unbecoming.
Yeah, still win the round.
A shame I had no
Sure.
time.
Ah, you're gone. Carrying on, carrying on. ST, no, Scoia'tael, Skellige, Northern Realms, you're right. Skellige's what I'm forgetting. Ascalon, I'll get you the deck right after this. See, like... You're 5 exactly. So I think, what is it? It's either commit this and that. I think you actually just commit Usurper here. Not my favorite commit in the world, but it works. If I play you and bleed, what? I get 1 point. I don't have any other engines here. You're going to be too slow. So it's then you get 4 here. You get 5 off of this triggering. And then we would tie. Obviously, I don't want to tie here if I can, so... Should have queued Braathan's with Lock. Did I miss that line of play? Oh, queued with Lock. Yeah, maybe you're right. Lock is really flexible though. That's probably the right play. Retros Karma is Karma, I suppose. Letting back and go back. Canthy is interesting. I don't think we need it in this matchup though. Joachim's great. We just pass. Let's just get a nice long round 3. It was a 6. Yeah, Manil. The idea was deal 3 of imprisonment and queue it for the kill. Yeah, I think Senorito, I think you're probably right. I think it was a good line of play you proposed. It doesn't really matter. We've already won the game, but still, this is good. Master Remote, everyone's saying ST was trash. I was nervous. It was pretty obvious ST got the single best card from the patch. Simless, or from the new card. Simless is truly an insane card. Actually just bonkers. In many ways, Gurney's nuts, but Gurney's nuts because all the relic support exists. Simless is just nuts by itself. Just chilling there. Being a complete Chad. Cool. This hand's insane. Our deck is trash. Let's slaughter them. But I think the thing that caught me, even me off guard, was the orb. Orb Specimen Gwent, I think, was the only streamer that Gwent personality called that as really good. I looked at him like orb, what is it? 8 points, 1 on 9 on Herald. But instead, it turns out orb is just this nutty card that just allows you. There's so many benefits to casting spells now that you just orb plays for 12, 15 points so consistently. Unbelievable. This one's really easy. Just open ball.
Have I something in my teeth?
We do want to get this down on the sooner side because I'm sitting on dead men's. And we're looking for... Actually, I mean, it doesn't have to rush it even. But we will get it done. Love interaction with Simless. Simless is sick. Simless is really fun. I mean, this is just...
Dance, my lovelies. Dance!
I gotta get Joachim out, actually. We have a lot of problems. Maybe I messed up here pretty badly. Surprised to see this, but okay. We're at 2. I'm gonna brick this. Darn it. Oh well. I mean, I think we're so far out on points, it doesn't really matter, but it's alright. Carryover's best about orbs. Yeah, I think it's also that you can keep triggering Whisper over and over. Like Whisper triggering 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 is really, let's say it, like, is a genuinely insane thing. I'm gonna get killed by Master of Puppets at the end. That'd be really funny. That'd be a big plot twist. That would make me so happy. Like, you can steal here, but then I just steal back, right? Am I crazy? There's like 3 lines of play, and I don't know which one's right. I'm gonna do this line. I don't know if this is the correct line. That'd be so... Guys, can you imagine if I lose the Master of Puppets here? Okay, so they go swapping. You can swap again. But I can always coup you and get out of this one.
Nilfgaard will conquer these lands.
Okay, experimental's really good for us. I mean, they're gonna Duchess for another one? Okay.
I hate nothing.
So it's really important against this. Do not clog your row. Fine. Like, not a big deal. So you go Q. We don't want to avoid clogging our row and focus on clogging theirs. Braathan. How do I want to do this one, John? Johnny. Gotta be Duchess for puppets, right? It's just gotta be get a bunch of puppets down and just make sure we, by having last say, we'll be able to steal more of their stuff than they can steal of ours. I think that's how you win this one. Because we have 3, they have 1. The game, so that's I think a pretty good sign for us. I mean, they can keep swapping. This is just gonna be a dumpster fire until the last card is played. Experimental, fine.
Everyone has their secrets. Everyone.
Not sure what the winning move is. Let's do this. I'm gonna delay Deadman's for a bit. Poison this one. Yo, I think you just hold as many puppets as you can here. They'll swap it back here, but then I can just chill out on this for a bit. This is getting really weird, guys. This is just the weirdest match. Stop stealing the puppets. Right, I just wait one more turn and then I get everything, right? Right, I just wait one more turn. This person might be able to out puppet me right now, I confess. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. Fine. How do I get my way out of this one? Because you're gonna trigger next turn, so I might as well give you, right?
The hounds have caught a scent.
What are my options here? They all kind of stink. I think it's play you lock here. Play you. Poison. We'll just poison. It doesn't matter what I poison. Poison that. I've got 3 puppets here. Lock is only master. This one's slow, and I can do my shenaniganry to give them bad ones next time. Alright. Here we go. So, take you. You're on 2. Take you. You're on 2. Take you. Take you. You're full, so you don't get the swap over. There's the win. GG. I am the master of puppets. Almonds are my jam. So, eating some almonds. Give me a second. Nice. That is a tragedy.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's unbecoming.
Never really a way around that. Whenever I dead man's tongue is gonna get poisoned. Wow, you are not playing, kid.
Few poachers dare venture into the
All right.
wood.
Done with the almonds. No. So Aaron soon. I'm trying to actually lose a little bit of weight. Food control. Self-control over how much food I'm eating is not my skill. Not a skill I have. I wish it was, but it's not. I'm aware it's not. Getting boat out. Okay. Still looking to win the round on even. Fine. Not my best skill. I like salted roasted almonds too much, so I get the unsalted. Same amount of calories either way, but like I will eat a bag of salted almonds. Great, the entire thing. And have 0 regrets over it because it's delicious. Alternatively though, I could also just get the salted or unsalted and have more self-control. So that's what I do. So far my calorie cutting has worked out really well. Made myself a little bit healthier, a little bit smarter about what I eat. It's been working out. Gotta keep giving him the cow. Give him the cow, guys.
I'll just work here.
Sure, do whatever you want. So you'd be a 12-point play? Like I think if I lose the round, then lose the game. That's what my gut tells me. I'm gonna play aggressively. This might be a foolhardy move. Nailed it. Has to go here. Novingradian will brick again. It'll brick a spot, which is fine.
Get out, you baldy-faced baby.
You get poisoned.
Only one of us will still stay by the end of the day.
You have to keep going. Hate to say it. The Braathan's Fizz Tech here is really strong. I also think, so I play you. You're looking at a 10, 14. 14 is close. I think it's this.
Defeat them with hunger. Crush them with.
Who is on top? Put the cow here. This would be minus 11. So we just need to lock one time. I don't think we're gonna get a chance to poison that one. End turn. You gotta love the cows. Gotta love the cows. It's so good. You guys really like draft that much? You know what? You guys have been requesting draft. Maybe we'll do some time in draft. I'll note it down to the ideas. That's really good for us. It means you don't have a really good answer to this. This is death. This is just going to be me killing everything you hope and love and dream of. Oh, I like that play. That's smart. Spend it all. I wish I had more poison. I don't.
Your name, young man.
New family member. Wait, AV Jones? I thought you already followed me, but AV Jones, welcome to the Plain Dog family. I'm glad you joined us here today as we trek across the Arctic tundra in search of a new place to set up a nature research base. Ah, John. Well, either way, I was gonna have to do this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Oh, this round's going so poorly. Round's going so poorly. Oh, that's one hurt. Something happened to my followings. I guess so. Weird. But you know what? You're here now, and that's what counts. Man, that was expensive. Played an aggressive round. We have coup in hand, but man, that was not cheap. I need a pretty darn good hand to win the final round. So obviously that's trash draw. You're a great draw. You're really good. As long as I get Cantarella, maybe I win this game. Okay, we pass. I think you can tell how mad Sneaky players by how fast they click. Maybe. I really want last say here. Kills a coin. Okay. Do it. I throw a draft. Draft is nothing for me. I think there's some small changes draft I would like. Talks about someone and guess who's back. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean, Baron? Who was I talking about and brought back? I don't know, but I'm sure it's a good thing, so. Okay. You're the weakest card in my hand. Actually, okay. I think we're good. We have 2 shots at getting poison off the top, so it's unlikely to brick. Well, goodbye, someone. Yes! That's the best one to get. I do believe that's what we refer to in the industry as big win, big win. Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Let's go slow. I'm not in a rush. Go ahead and get the alchemist down. See what we got on top.
Those mixtures sustain me.
We'll do Imperial here. Give you that. What do we got? Ooh! I like me some Horace Jr. in. Okay.
The wicked never rest. Hide among you in plain sight.
Ball down and go wild. We also have Axel the Horseman Jr. as a 6 kill. We should keep that in mind. That might even be better than Joachim in certain cases, and just go for multiple golds out of our deck. Can't do anything to her. Oh, I haven't played a card yet. Ooh, you're gonna queue the full kill. Interesting.
To the fires, Windless! To the fire!
I don't really have an answer here, unfortunately. Wish I did.
Drinking can be hazardous to your health.
We'll start there. Go. I'm just gonna play very minimal points for now. Something like Thirsty Dame, Poison here. We know they have Horse and Threatro in our deck, so Tunnel Drill's their last real spender. Hopefully, if they have Cleaver Tunnel Drill, I think we're gonna have trouble. Usurper has Veil, but I genuinely think whatever I play is gonna die. Right now, Bjarka. I don't think it's a matter of anything else. I think they have more bounty producing ways in their hand. I think they have stuff like Hysteria. We haven't seen Hysteria, we haven't seen Slander. This deck's great. That's a 10 out of 10.
A taste of Northland?
I think we want to be punishing spenders here. That's the way I want to do this, Bjarka. Punishing spenders is money for us, in my opinion. IMO. We're mega screwed? That's what you think? Maybe. It depends on how many spenders they have. Spending is going to be the hard part here. If I can stop their spenders, we're good. Unfortunately, round 1 was a little rough on the imprisonment shenaniganry. My deck is Horson and a Poison, huh? This one seems like a good time to Horson. Oh, hold on. We might miss. Because if we could hit here, I might miss Cantarella because I have Horson. Well, only one way to find out. Joachim. I'm going to gamble it.
What is it you want?
Cantarella.
I shall be your eyes, my lord.
Joachim.
I shall flog them into submission.
Horson comes out. Spend the 2 coins, kill the Furco. Go. Tunnel Drill gets bricked. Yeah, you're out of spenders. This is a terrible spender. It's 2 for 1 a piece. This is looking pretty good, gamey. I won't deny it. Witchfinder. I think you go here, and then you do Q afterwards. Here. Poison. Hit. Go. Yeah, your spenders stink. You did a great job. You missed clear. Yeah, you just have that. What are you playing, VishKJ? We were playing spam them with all kinds of really. Might as well go wild. GG. We nailed it. Boom. Never doubted. All right, let's continue this. This deck is really silly. You're good. I don't need you. Let's do it. This is the silliest stuff. Wow, it's a good content, bro. Thank you, Senorito. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Puppet Master, I guess there isn't a command. Ooh, Flaw Bazaar. Oh my goodness, Flaw Bazaar. Thank you so much for the kind words there. They mean the world to me. Oh, flattery is my favorite weakness. Thank you. There's the social bug, Miss J. Thank you. Love you. Oh man, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, Flaw Bazaar. Is this your first time here? Are you from YouTube? Tell me more, my friend. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. Oh yeah.
The wicked never rest. Hide
Yeah,
among
get me
you
one of those. Just get me one of those. Or do I lock it? Nah, I think I want one of those. I'll take that. I'll take a Witchfinder. You can kill you. This Witchfinder on top is pretty darn good for you, Joachim. Eva Jones, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you continue to be a regular around here. My answer to you is yes. We have a Spear raid to help us out, though. So it's not just me making this possible. Spiro's hooking us up with the goods. Intelligence, again. so much. We're getting hooked up with the goods here. And again, Intelligence, by the way, thank you again for the Patreon support. Really do appreciate it. I wonder if today we'll hear about the Twitch partner. It'd be nice.
Longships are
Wow, okay. I'm really sad I don't have another way to get what I'm looking for. Another poison-y package would be really lovely here.
Feeling a bit peckish.
Poison you. Go. But I'm not too worried about viewers anymore. I'll be honest in terms of talking or not talking about it. Mostly, I mean, I'd rather focus on Gwent, but it is nice to have come such a long way.
You'll never be safe.
We can get out of this round very easily with Joachim. So let's go and thin out our deck some of our weaker cards. Hello, is this where I placed an order for the memeiest decks with side of chill vibes? Fated Soja. Exactly correct. You've come to the right place. Don't need Emissary. Don't need Duchess. Buff you up. Go. Honestly, I'm just going to keep bleeding. They can keep doing their shenanigans. I mean, they're all set up. They got some nice carryover, all that thinning, but go for it. Interesting. That's super telling that they don't have any more good stuff. Come from YouTube. Playing Gwent for like a month. I'm so glad. It's second time here. That's awesome. Well, Fall of Bizarre, I'm so honored that you're here. Hanging out.
Exceed my expectations. Peters, forward. Let the hum
Okay.
begin.
Just doing some math there. They don't have an answer to killing this besides that. I think they're out of spenders. Oh my gosh, Fated Soja with the prime. Fated Soja, thank you. Thank you so much for your generosity there. It means the world to me. I'm going to keep the content coming. And thank you for the long-term support. I appreciate it. Really do. So you're actually like are pretty newer in the chat, but I really am quite grateful. Thank you so much. We were running Cantarella Gorther, so Joachim's not much of a commit here. Let's see. And Komodo Dragons, yeah, we got a Spear rate. Spearo's been a good friend to the channel but for a long time. Really been helping us out. Multiple times Spearo's hosts have pushed us over the edge to growing in a really substantial way early on. Always really grateful to him. Always really grateful. Actually, I have a collab book coming up with him and not too far away. Oh, that's a good sign for us. All right, watch this, guys. Watch a master at work. Ready for this? Duchess, here. Take here. Play you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End turn. Target acquired. Blessed indeed. Baron Grum's all good to see you here. Lisa, how are you? How am I? I'm doing well. I'm very tired, but I'm on my third cup of coffee. Slept really poorly last night. There was a tornado warning at like 1 a.m., which is always what you want to see. And so that was kind of exhausting. But all in all, well.
Quite literally.
We're still going to go for the kill here if we can. I don't want to do this one, John. How do I want to? I think you want a Roderick here. Like, just thinking that coup would be such a money hit. Because I get to go like this, smack coup. It doesn't really matter where. You can go there. Hounds, and this is why hounds are so good. You play the hounds. I mean, do I want to? I mean, lock hit is really strong here. I think I'm just going to spend my 5 coins here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your turn. I mean, if we're like super desperate, you could technically double lock here. Bounty? Yeah, we're playing some Bounty Nilfgaard Poison. I mean, we got their whole hand from them. If we can win this round on even, they're in a lot of trouble. And I think there's a good chance. Yeah, I think we've got this on even. They're only -5 here, so we just play this. You're gonna jackpot. Is it enough, though? I'm willing to commit this, potentially, if it'll win us the round. Okay, so you're 9. Your spawn, you won't trigger somebody. So 9 puts us at 55. twice would win the round on even. Our short round can be insane, right? Can absolutely be devastating. And it's jackpot with no jackpot. Alternatively, we can go for the long round. I could also go for... You know what? You know what? I think we go for it. Pull it back. Once for a tie. I'm going to go the full distance here. Yeah, I'm going to go for the full distance. I'm behind on chat, I think, Lisa, but that's all right. It happens. You know what? Some days you're tired, some days you're cranking, but it's all good. All good. It's all good. I apologize, by the way, if I'm a little bit behind here on chat. Two? No. We need golds here if we want to push this around. You're probably worth keeping. You're a little sus. I'll pass. I basically traded in second charger leader for them going -1 here. Nice. Okay. So we get double last say, which is pretty strong with poison. Wiseman wants to know how to got Windfinder. I just put Witchfinder and like bounty package in all my Nilfgaard decks. Like nobody expects a Witchfinder and a Witch Hunter Executioner of Nilfgaard. Catches people off guard all the time. And it's pretty dumb. Like it's in a good positive way. I couldn't put you back. All right. That's a hand. Let's do it.
Oh, the digits dropped off.
So here's how you play out this hand. You start with Gorther. You want poisons and stuff at the end. So if you go Gorther here, we're going to get Spiro's favorite card. Actually, I hate this card too. It's really changed my mind. Ooh, bummer. Okay, we're giving up Imperial Diplomacy. I was hoping to give up Fangs of the Empire. Nice. Okay. So now we know we're good, we're good, we're good. So we didn't hit a unit from them. We know on top right now is the 2 aristocrats. So you can play ball next, and then you can go into all the madness that's ahead. It's going to be so good. And we get to finish off with just an absurd amount of poison at the end. Try Gord in my monster deck? Yeah, I totally should, Wiseman. No, by the way, we did Braathan's to steal Witch Hunter Executioner with Duchess Informant spawn, and then Yenvo plus Joachim to bring out Witchfinder in round 1. It's poor Jackpot player. Unlimited poisons, guys. We are going for it. Purify. I mean, this is their Purify gun. I don't think they know quite how many poisons we're running in this deck. No, we played Arachas round 1, did we? Yeah, so they should know that we are pretty heavy on the poison front. It's a beautiful day, guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful day for poison. What can I say? What can I say? Ooh, Yenvo, whatever you are. Philippa? Sure. Philippa, dime a dozen. Dime a dozen.
I've no mercy for your kind.
Beautiful. All I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and get down to business, shall we, guys? No, Joachim on top seems like a pretty reasonable idea. Is that a Cantarella I see? Back row out of the way of this? Oh, yeah. Do I put this here? I might go ahead and... Well, I'm going to queue it in a second. We'll go over here. Maybe here was a better spot. Lock or bleed? I think it's definitely more of a bleed moment. You know, bleed Joachim or Thirsty here. What an interesting decision. I think I bleed me. Let's go ahead and get our first poison down on Kurt. Yeah, this one's starting to fall apart for them. You'll love to see it, because we're going to be able to coup this and reposition, depending on what they play here. Ooh, Hysteria, okay. Got some coins. That moves over here, no problem. Oh no, is that a Thirsty Dame? Right into another Fangs of the Empire? I'm so sorry. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is beautiful. This is just brutal. GG. What a slaughter. Ooh. Got him. How's it your game if you took it? Because I'm terrible and found 17 ways to throw it. I need more bronzes. Okay. Mordred, been ages. What you playing? I'm playing Tosser. Tosser, Blightmaker, spamming Cow Carcasses. We have 3 Cow Carcass spams on the deck and having a good time. Just got back from a camping trip up north. What sounds wonderful, Bubble Chub. Did you have fun? Good time, good time? It really hurt, guys. That one physically hurt me. Is it Mill? Sure.
Yes.
Well, that's a good sign. Well, it could be a really good sign or a really bad sign. What do I want to open here? Thirsty Dame open is fine, I think. Not ideal. We're fine.
A superb specimen.
A lot of imprisonment players? Indeed, Keeps. Indeed. Oh, that last game haunts me. I found like 7 lines of play to throw to make that impossible. That's just brutal. That's just brutal. Soul affirming? I love to hear that, Bubble Chub. Love to hear that. Glad to have you in chat. Love your meme decks. Thank you for making them. You're welcome, Mordred. I am the one to dish out the meme decks. Especially now that like a lot of memers are gone. Mr. Habla's heavily slowed down content because he got a job. It was a sad update to see. Less Mr. Habla is never a good thing. But alas, here we are. A world of less Habla. Let's see. A lot of actually another Gwent, like Ace of Plays is gone. Saber's been dealing with free light stuff. A lot of the Gwent creators are like disappearing. I made a tweet today talking about how there just we need more Gwent YouTubers. If you guys are sitting there right now and you say, wow, I really would love to be streaming Gwent, creating content for it, now is the time. Finch Lewis, welcome to the Plain Talk fam. I'm glad you joined us here today as we go hunting with beagles. Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. I'm honored you're here, my friend. Ooh, I don't want to ruin this. There's a couple lines of play that I can ruin this whole thing with. I think Purify here is very funny. There you go. Try that again. Welcome to the Plain Talk fam. I'm glad you're here. Joining us as we go hunting with beagles. If you like what you see, check out the socials. I'll let Miss J plug them for you in the chat or else get yelled at. And if she doesn't plug it in a minute, I'll plug them myself or somebody else will plug them. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. And I'm glad you're enjoying what you're seeing. I think we do want to win. Cantarella is going to win me this match, though, if they're hyper thin. Yeah, let's just send out a deck some. We can even it out right now, forcing them to thin again if they want to proc here. I don't have to rush it here. Thank you, Bubble Chub and Siobhan, for the socials there. Last meme where the legends are crumbling. Film starring Plain Talk John and Morton Friedman. You can voice over what I do. That'd be good. Fuchsia Briefs. Yeah, Fuchsia Briefs is the... Fuchsia Briefs and I are just ships passing at night. If one of us is streaming, the other one's probably in the chat. Except we go to bed and my stream starts. So I catch him right at the end of his stream when he decides to, and he catches me at the beginning of mine. Fuchsia Briefs is just... Loki. No insult to any streamers here. I'm not much of a live stream watcher. I usually just pop in for 5 minutes, say hello, like, hi, I'm here. Then I move on my way. But Fuchsia Briefs is the one streamer. I'll spend the whole time there. Put it on. Here I'm talking about like the holy sanctament and his eminence, God's grace. It just makes me laugh. I love it. It makes me so happy. I don't even know how to begin to describe how happy it makes me. It's nothing short of fantastic.
No good wine will come from here.
I'll take Yenvo. Pop that there. Threaten a huge point swing here. Oh, it's the best. I was just talking to him the other day. Yeah, he's so good. He's so good. I'm a huge Fuchsia Briefs fan. Huge. Oh, Airhorn sound with the camping, not camping story. But that sounds like a fun time. John, we can't stream and watch at the same time. It's true piece at Carthage. Got to pick a different time slot. But going off of what I was saying, like when content creators are dwindling down. So even as just like a casual hobby, you can probably get 1,000 subscribers. You have to be consistent. You probably have to put 2 to 3 videos out a week with some structure. Just copy what Bushy Spiro does and then go wild. You'll catch up in no time. Ooh, that is so funny. Look at this fear. Look at this fear. Look at this absolute fear of what we've done. They had to lock and Vilgefortz the cows. Absolute fear. And so we'll get the round one. Cantarella wins me the game. Cantarella Coup in particular. Take 2 cards from them, ruin their hyper thin. We're gonna be fine. John, what are you playing? We are playing Rot Toss or Spam. We're throwing cow carcasses at our enemies, and we're just ruining their lives. Nobody loves us, and that's how we intend to be. Not a bad hand. If they play a card, we just answer with Braathans immediately. If they pass, we slap this down. We have plenty of aristocrats still in our deck, between you and you. Plenty's a strong one, but that's okay. We'll get them all. I'm allergic to basically entire outdoors, afraid of bugs touching me. Don't like camping. Aerontown, I hated camping growing up. I get homesick at night, but I actually bought a bunch of camping equipment. My goal is to camp in the winter this time. I will say maybe low-key, what is it, Yuri camp? Okay, laid back camp. Might have inspired me a little bit. I thought it looked like a lot of fun.
Your name, young man, commands to be cursed into an urge.
Laid back camp sounded like a really good time. I don't know if anyone knows that anime. It's probably the only like slice of life, warm feely anime I like, and it's so good. One of these days I'm gonna do it. Darak Star, welcome back, my new friend, my good friend. How are you? How are you? Glad to see you here again. The tall removal should be pretty limited here. That sounds intense. Would be cool. Literally cool and physically cool. And I guess literally and physically the same thing in this context. It would be a good time. I'd have a lot of fun with it. I think it'd be good to get out. There's a particular campground. Maybe I should just book it. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to book it. I know I want to do this trip. It's right around the corner. There's a really legendary camping grounds in Pennsylvania near Cherry Springs that I want to go to. The only dark sky park on the East Coast, and it's just in the middle of nowhere. They ban lights for a large range, and it sounds awesome. Was that really the line of play you took? Okay. Oh, do I want to just start clogging them with emissaries? That'd be very funny. Do I clog them? Nah, we'll just YOLO on the alchemist here. Alchemist is more fun because it's just so much more depressing. You know what? I'll get Mining Pack. Sure, we'll draw the other one when we don't want it. There you go. You expire worthlessly. Gorther is threatening to clog them. Oh yeah. Are we gonna give them a cow carcass? We totally are gonna give them a cow carcass on top of their deck in a bit. Can't believe this grows. So good. Give them ball, establish dominance. I kind of like that play, Loki. What are you doing? I'm assuming you're doing this because you're sitting there saying, I have Renew in my deck, which is fine. Why don't we go ahead and clean this up a little bit? I gave you... Do I have Honey Pack in my hand? Why don't the other Honey Pack? Oh, weird. Well, how did that get there? I don't remember. I don't want to thin out this deck here. Well, don't really need Viper Witch or Adept. Don't really need Emissary, I suppose. You give me 0 points this round. I do want to win this round. Have I played Joachim? I haven't. So why don't I just donate you, my friend? Why don't I just give you a cow carcass? Here you go, buddy. Looking out for it. Looking out for you. So, how's it locked with Doomed? Reggie, they locked it, I purified it, and then they Vilgefortzed it. Vilgefortzed back row to kill it, and so that's how I got there. They shuffle my Aja, thank you so much. When you're streaming, I gotta tell you, if you've ever streamed and tried to play Gwent, it's really hard. When I'm talking to you, telling a story, and then playing the game, I always miss stuff. You guys might have backup eyes. So now they can cast that from their hand. I'm giving them an opportunity. There are not many Gwent players who can say that they have gotten the opportunity to cast Rot Tosser from their hand. They should really thank me. Believe me, how are you, my friend? What's up? What's up? And the new family member, Sokar721, welcome to the Plain Talk family. I'm glad you joined us here today as we're going to learn how to speak Arabic. Why not? Should be a good time. Welcome to the family. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a grand time. I'll do the same play back at him. Welcome to the family, my friend. Check out the socials. If you like what you're seeing, it's more me on the socials. Amazing, right? Discord's really popular. Check that out. YouTube, I put up 53 videos in the past 30 days. So if you like Gwent content, I am a machine. Twitter's there because Twitter's trying to grow. Growing it slowly but surely. It's getting bigger, over 100, 121. Not bad. And Spotify's there if you want interviews of all your favorite streamers. As long as all your favorite streamers are Gwent streamers.
Feeling a bit peckish.
And welcome, welcome, welcome. That is so troll. Yeah, I did that to me. Hunter's one of the few cards that locks any unit. And it's so good. I played Witcher 3. I read the novels. I read 2.5 novels, and I've read the... And I've played 25 minutes to Witcher 3. I actually went first. Gwent's how I'm here.
No door is closed.
If they didn't have 2 charges of imprisonment, you could pass here. But since they don't, we do have to play here. Well, guess we're queuing. Alright, Chad Cow. Have you ever seen a cow carcass this Chad? Look at this cow carcass. Look at this absolute beast of a cow carcass. This cow carcass is like throwing an Empire State Building at your opponent. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. That is the saddest looking Colgrim I've ever seen. There we go, +2. Okay. That is the saddest Colgrim I've ever seen. They're doing their best. Somebody sat there and just either they've given up on the round. They could give up on the round. Or somebody's sitting there like... I mean, they're just Colgrim. I don't even need Cantarella anymore. Sure. This hand's trash, but like, we're +2. There's no way to lose. GG. Shout out to McRandar and Ahmed Ali for all their generous and unbelievable support on Patreon.